Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here at Virtuoso Travel Week in Las Vegas, here in August, as usual. And I'm here with Melissa Kroger, who is the CEO of Classic Vacations. And we've interviewed Melissa before, but she's here. And there's been a lot going on with Classic, and obviously they are a luxury operator, and they've been really working to support luxury advisors very, very strongly. We're going to talk to Melissa about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Melissa, first of all, great to see you in person, right?
Good to see you as well.
Yeah, we've done a Zoom one, but this is the first one we've done.
Yeah, it's nice to be with everybody this week. It's one of my favorite weeks out of the year.
Yeah, it is mine too. I enjoy the interaction, and it's exhausting, but it's really worth it. We only got one more day. If we get through one more day, let's talk a little bit about what Classic's doing right now, because you've really done some interesting things in the last few months. The first one I want to talk to you about is you're really investing in technology to help advisors and luxury advisors, right?
Absolutely. I mean, everything from the group side to the FIT side to the way we interact with the hotels, in the booking engine. I mean, it's been we are in the midst of a digital transformation.
That's fantastic that you have that. Look, I remember years ago, and this dates me like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, when a website and a booking site were big things, and you have the kind of programs and company that could do that. But it took a while. And at one point, guys were owned by Expedia even, though. And that was like, what do you mean you don't have a website? Well, you're not owned by Expedia now, but you're getting all this wonderful technology to support travel advisors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that there was a time, obviously, we were the original luxury wholesale company, right? I mean, when the world was doing it a different way, we said, what if we just contract your best hotels, and within those hotels, your best categories of rooms, and always prided ourselves in our res agents being the ones that help the travel advisor curate, right? And so that wasn't something to be done online. But little by little, you wanted to create efficiencies so that our res agents could be more for the travel advisor. So, whether that's, building out your systems internally that the travel advisor doesn't utilize, but we do to help them. Connectivity has been a key thing for us over the years, and of 1,400 hotels worldwide, and all the corners that we reach at this point in time, 80% of them are direct connect. So if you think about the makeup of the travel advisor community now, 80% are independent contractors. And society is demanding. We're not calling our travel advisor between 8 and 5. We want something booked at 8 p.m. and we want something booked at 10 p.m. And so while we have, 60, 70, 80 res agents that are spread throughout the United States, that doesn't necessarily help somebody who wants to book at 8 o'clock at night. So for us to have direct connectivity, which allows for real-time rates and real-time inventory, and then to add that to an online booking engine. We've had, one of my favorite bookings, and I keep referencing it, is, a $68,000 Villa d'Este booking that was made by a travel advisor at 9 p.m. at night.
Wow, and all direct online and everything like that's amazing.
Yes, with everything, all the confidence that the travel advisor has come to know and trust about Classic Vacations throughout the years, all of that exists at the convenience of being able to close the sale and secure the space, because you know how important that is, and inventory is fleeting. So that's really exciting for us.
Absolutely, and beyond that, you've also increased your luxury product, and you have partnered with a company called Project Expedition, and to offer kind of premium tours and a whole lot more. I thought you have, obviously you have great luxury hotels, but this is more like individual tours, small tours around wherever that client is, right?
Yeah, there's been a lot written lately about the return to packaging as opposed to an advisor piecemealing, the hotel with the air and doing all of that on their own. And actually, in the spirit of being here at Virtuoso, it's Matthew that talks about your commission isn't your yield. Your yield is your commission divided by the amount of time it takes to close that sale, multiplied by what you can do during that time. So if you think about Classic Vacations really being a travel advisor to a travel advisor, and whether you're booking online or you're calling the contact center, you're getting the hotel, you're getting the tours, you're getting the transportation, you're getting the travel protection, and one person is helping you with that. It's critical. And we had a gap. I mean, we have preferred high-end tours and activities that we've always had at Classic Vacations. And I mean, if you use Europe as an example, Classic Italy is 58% of our Europe business. I mean, Italy's in just such demand. But we needed a solution, and we needed a solution in all destinations. So by partnering with Project Expedition, and Rob and Jeremy are just great guys. I mean, they are. It's our business, as we were just talking about before we started, is supporting entrepreneurs is such a great pleasure. And so in partnering with them, they have 27,000 27,000 tours and activities that they have all throughout the world. So we have connected with their API. So now a travel advisor can go online to make a booking with us with the hotel, book tours and activities. A travel advisor can go online and look up a booking they made with us in the contact center, because sometimes the consumer wants to secure the room, but it's only a few months prior to travel that they want that.
Then they suddenly figure out what they want to do, right?
Yeah, then the travel advisor can add the tours and activities in. So we're really happy to be partnering with Rob and Jeremy on this program. The advisor community, we're big believers in customer-driven strategy, customer-driven innovation, and it was some of our top performing advisors that said, you need to look at these guys. So we started working on it about a year ago, and we just finally launched it, and it has taken off. So I really encourage.
We just wrote about it recently, so it really has been quick. And all of this actually relies on, because you actually, earlier in the year, you really relaunched your whole booking engine for travel advisors, right?
We did. We've always had an online booking engine, but it was primitive. It was, I always like to say, it's a little bit more of a shopping engine. You could go, you could see what hotels we had. You could get a little bit of a flavor for Classic Vacations, but it was single destination, single room. So last year, we developed our multi-destination, multi-room booking engine with a secondary source of inventory. Because again, when we think about yield, right, we want the travel advisors to not have to be shopping everywhere. They want the safety and security and the backing of Classic Vacations. That gave us the platform to operationalize having our preferred inventory, and we launched that in April, and it's taken off like gangbusters. It's now 17% of all the Classic Vacations business is booked online. And with that, our res agents are having the best year ever, because they're able to focus on the intense curation that Classic has been known for all these years.
That's amazing, and it really is great. What would you say, what percentage of your bookings come directly online now from travel advisors?
Well, 17% of the business.
That was 17% of the business. Okay, great. No, but you still have your call centers and things like that as well.
Yep. So now, and it's really, we need to meet the advisor where they're at, right? We're not living in a world where it's an 8 to 5 and it's a brick and mortar. So you've got your online booking engine, which is 17% of the overall FIT business. You have the contact center. So you want to pick up the phone, you want to talk to somebody, you want to walk them through ideas, thoughts. And then we also have our Europe desk and our CV for You desk, because we have a certain segment of the population that wants to toggle back and forth via email. And that's all really on the FIT side of the business. When you look at the group side of our business, which is 35% of our business, multi-generational travel, meetings and incentives, heavy on destination weddings. We also have a team internally that can support that, but we've got the industry's leading technology for supporting advisors selling groups.
That's amazing. So you're there for it all spread, whether it's call centers, whether it's online, whatever. And another thing I'm interested in recently, that you've really been expanding the destinations you offer. Look, I hate to date myself, but you used to be called Classic Hawaiian, okay? And Hawaii was a huge business, and then you did Mexico, and then eventually got to Europe. But now you just expanded. You're doing Africa and more exotic destinations as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's interesting is I used to say exactly what you just said, which is Hawaii, and then Caribbean and Mexico and Europe. But I had the team do a timeline recently, and it actually was Hawaii first, and then it was Europe.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, neither did I until about a month ago.
I thought it was Mexico or Caribbean.
And with Europe, it was that age-old, do you buy it or do you build it? And in Europe, we bought an existing DMC. So it's interesting, because at that time, people weren't booking with DMCs because there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't Facebook. It was, who's this little company and how are they going to get my commission back to me? And so we gave it the Classic Vacations name recognition, which was great. So yeah, we've continued to expand in the destinations that we serve. That's critical to us, right?
And Africa's one, amazing.
Yeah, Africa is one, and we've partnered with Singita. And so
That's not a bad partner.
that is not a bad partner at all, right? My mother used to say, "You are the company you keep." But again, back to packaging and curation. So with Singita, you purchase just Singita, right? With us, you can do the other parts of Africa that you want. You can do the Maldives in addition to it. So it enables us to do one-stop shop for our advisors. And it also, you've heard me say this before, my job is to ensure the success of my customers and the success of my suppliers through the success of my employees. And so when someone like Singita partners with us, they automatically get my 50-year history, and they get my reach and my reputation, and that benefits it. So it's a very mutually gratifying relationship.
That's wonderful. Now, final thing I want to talk to you about, you've actually, added people on your management team, and really some people I do know. We saw some of your team yesterday. I do know them. Talk a little bit about what you've done with your team and to expand and to get even more service to travel advisors.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's been an exciting year. I'm in my third year as Chief Executive Officer, and I think that first year you come in and stabilize, and that second year you really start looking at the opportunities that you have to service the travel advisor community. And I think I didn't coin it, but I heard someone say this week is that really not being in the business of preserving our legacy, but building upon it. And I think that really sums up what I've done with the leadership team this past year is I want to preserve the legacy. There is, the definition of classic is a work of enduring excellence. And, I always reference, I can tell you what a 64 Jaguar E-Type looks like, but I can't tell you what a 2024 Jaguar looks like, right? You know what a classic looks like, right? It sticks with you, and that's who we are. That's who we are to our suppliers. That's who we are to our customers. So there will always be, a thread that weaves through as we build upon the next 50 years. But I had to pause and I had to think about the next 50 years. And so, this time last year, my VP of sales was talking about wanting to retire. And I said, Dave, you don't really want to retire. You just don't want to do people management anymore. And, that's a disservice we do in American business. We say, in order to grow your career, you have to manage people. And he's a great individual contributor. So I said, let me find a new VP of sales. Let me find somebody to take care of the contact center, which he was shepherding for me a little bit at the time. And I said, but let's talk, you pause, don't go anywhere, and we'll come back to you. So I brought on a senior leader for contact center, but not from the travel side of the business, somebody from the credit union side of the business, which was really great because it wasn't somebody who was just doing same old, right? So that felt really good, and that was a step in the right direction, but also created a little bit of discomfort, right? Because you're doing things a little bit differently. And then by bringing in a new VP of sales, her strength was really in managing high-performing sales teams in that premium space, having worked with the hotel partners, really understanding our groups division. So that was a nice fit. Yeah. And then I brought on a VP of business intelligence. We have troves and troves of data of advisors that are wanting to do business with, and we just have to activate that. And then actually brought on a head of marketing who used to be a managing director of global communications and marketing for Virtuoso, so that fit really well. And then I would say lastly,
I think I know that lady very, very well. Yeah.
We're pretty excited to have Sharon on board. And then recently brought on Sue Ferguson, who has a great reputation in the industry on the luxury side of business, and a VP of business development, but really is more of a managing director focusing on the luxury side of business. So she's building out a team that exclusively focuses on our luxury partners, which Virtuoso, falls right into.
Absolutely. So it looks like you got your team in place now, and you got your technology in place. You got new products to sell. In a variety of ways, whether it's activities or tours or whether it's new destinations. So you're ready.
Yeah, we are in the midst of what will be the best year in the history of the company. And the last two were 2 years ago was number one, last year was number two, this year will take over as number one. And in order to continue to carry us through the next 50 years, having the right technology, that augments and supports on the luxury side, and having the right people sitting next to me on the bench is critical. So I'm pretty grateful right now and looking forward to the next 50 years.
Well, congratulations on all this. Just in the last few months, I think you've pulled it all together. Always a great company. I've known it for a long time, and now it's going to be even better, I think, and we'll see what happens. Now, where do travel advisors go to get more information about Classic Vacation?
I suggest you go straight to our website, which is also, we didn't mention that, we just realized it's beautiful. I mean, it looks like it should look. www.classicvacations.com. You can find our information. You can find your sales representation. You can know exactly how to get a hold of us, but reach out there. People are always, they can email Office of the CEO at Classic Vacations, and my team will make sure to take good care of them. We want to hear from them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time here. I know it's been a busy time at Virtuoso, but so glad we caught up and found out more about what's going on. We've been writing about it, but to hear it from the CEO and herself is even better.
So, thank you. It's great to see you.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.